When the rain fell softly, a small farming village in southern Nigeria. In the green hills of Esiama village, the rain always told stories. The elders would say, when the rain falls soft, it means God is whispering. And the one who listened best was Papa Nnanna. He wasn't a preacher. He wasn't a chief. He was just a farmer. But his voice was calm, like the earth after a storm, and his words, when spoken, always planted something in the hearts of those who heard him. Papa Nnanna had 3 children. Muna, the oldest son who loved books. Sikora, the restless dreamer who wanted to leave the village. And Ijoma, the quiet girl who followed her father around like a shadow. He taught them not just how to plant yam or when to listen for rain, but how to live. Do not chase what is loud, chase what lasts. If you eat alone, your soul grows hungry. Your name is the only cloth that cannot be stolen. Keep it clean. But as they grew older, like most children, they began to see their father as too simple. Muna went off to university and never returned to the farm. Zikora got a job in the city and called only when he needed money. And Ijoma, though she stayed behind to care for Papa, often stared out the window with a longing that said, I was made for more than cassava and goats. One day, the government came with promises. They wanted to build a highway through Esiama's land. Men in suits spoke big English. They offered money. Big money. The chiefs gathered. The youth clapped. Everyone was ready to sign, except Papa Nnanna. He stood up slowly at the village meeting and said, if you sell the land, you sell the bones of your fathers. You cannot eat tar. You cannot plant corn in cement. They laughed at him, called him old, called him poor. Even his own sons begged him to stop being difficult. But he did not sign. Months later, the highway was built. The money came. So did the noise. Dust, pollution. Crops failed. The water dried up. The chiefs were gone. The money too. And one by one, the people returned to Papa's house. Not for advice, but for food. Because his land was the only one that had survived. Because he had not sold it. Because the same hands they mocked had kept the soil alive. Ijoma took over the farm after her father became too weak to work. And every time it rained softly, she would sit with him on the porch. Papa, she said once, how did you know not to sell? He smiled, his eyes closed. Because I remembered what my father told me. You do not sell what you are meant to pass on. And sometimes, he added, rain does not fall for us. It falls for those coming after. The loud ones are remembered for a moment. But the quiet ones, the ones who listened when the rain fell softly, they are remembered for generations.